It's time for a big bite of apple with Daniel Black. Hello and welcome to a big bite of apple. I am your host, Daniel Black. And there is a new home. There is a new website that is presenting this podcast, and that is the official A Big Bite of Apple social networking website, partnering with myapplespace.com, called the applebyte.net. And of course, byte is spelled with a Y instead of an I. So, check out the applebyte.net, where everything Apple and everything a big bite of apple in one little website. So I got an email from one of my friends named Scott King, who has one of the greatest Mac collections I've ever seen. And we're friends on Facebook, and I like his Facebook page, My Favorite Apple. And I was discussing with him how I have this podcast, and I would love it if you would be on the podcast. I could ask you some questions. And he said, sure thing, but I can't do it like on Skype or anything. You can email them to me. So I said, okay, I'll email them to you, and he has not yet replied, so I guess the Scott King interview will be posted next time on A Big Bite of Apple. So we'll be back to A Big Bite of Apple after this quick commercial break, and coming up on the show are eBay finds and in a new segment, the applebyte.net news. So stick around. A Big Bite of Apple with Daniel Black is brought to you by theapplebyte.net, where you have everything Apple and everything a big bite of apple in one little website. Join theapplebyte.net today. Welcome back to A Big Bite of Apple, and it's time to discuss eBay finds of the day, and then the next time we have A Big Bite of Apple, I will see who won the products and the price and everything, and I'm also going to be predicting the prices that this will sell for. First off, what I'm going to be reading is the seller's description. So here we go. First off, we have a vintage iMac G3 lime green with keyboard and the famous puck mouse. Here's the description. Vintage iMac G3 lime green with matching keyboard and mouse. This is a 333 megahertz running 160 megs of memory and 6 gigabyte hard drive. Comes with OS 8.5. Comes with power cord. Buyer gets free shipping when purchased. The outer case is in clean shape. It's got a sticker on the side of the machine, but it will come off easily. So, it ends on February 21st, 2012, and it has so far a price of $129.95, and that is for a buy it now. Next, and just to let you know, on that iMac, I think someone will buy it in the next 9 days. It's a very great machine, only at a pretty reasonable price, so I think someone will buy that. Next up, an Apple Macintosh Powerbook Duo 230 model M7777 repair and parts. Right now, it has a bid of $25. Here's the description. unit does power on and make a chime sound. Screen looks fine. Mouse pointer shows and works. And a few minutes after powering on, a picture of a floppy disk with a question mark appears in the center of the screen. Contrast and brightness buttons functions fine. And then there are some really good pictures here. There's a picture of just the Powerbook not on. Then there's a picture of the floppy disk of the image showing the floppy disk. There's a picture of the motherboard in there, and there's a picture of the casing. And so it's in very good condition. And it ends on February 12th, 2012. And so that's that. And finally, we have a Apple IIe vintage computer system, Steve Jobs original. Here's the description. Let's take a look. Oh, there is no description other than the name. Right now, there is a buy it now price of $69.99, and that's the buy it now price, and it ends on February 17th, 2012. I think this computer will sell. And on the Powerbook, let me take a look at that price one more time. $25. I think it will sell for $30. So that is your eBay finds of the day, and we'll be back with both Apple news and the Byte.net news, so stick around. Thank you for listening to a Big Byte of Apple podcast. If you want to interact with the show, email us at danielcb2000@comcast.net. And if you want to be a member of our website, go on the applebyte.net, and Byte is spelled B-Y-T-E. Welcome back to a Big Byte of Apple, and now we're going to go to some Apple news. And today we're going to have one story, and yes, it is another iPad 3 rumor. So here we go. The iPad 3 launch event coming in first week of March, according to All Things D or All Things Digital. Apple's going to host a launch event for the iPad 3 in the first week of March, according to sources familiar with the company's plans as reported by All Things Digital, or All Things D. San Francisco is the location of the event, but there's no date yet for when the upgraded tablet will be available to buy. This information meshes with the intel that we've been receiving about the iPad 3's launch, placing it around the beginning of next month. If Apple keeps to the same cadence as with the iPad 2, you can expect to see the iPad 3 on sale within 2 weeks of its announcement. The specs, according to All Things D's sources, are pretty much what have been reported from leaks and rumors up to this point, including a form factor not too dissimilar to the iPad 2 and an eye-watering 2048 by 1536 Retina display resolution. The processor is reputedly much faster than on the iPad 2, but there's no count of how many cores it has, or our own latest information indicates Apple will stick with a dual-core chip. And if you're on the lookout for a circumstantial evidence to support this early March roadmap, the iPad and iPad 2 are currently on a one-day 10% off sale over at Newegg.com alongside Apple's iPod range. That could potentially be in an effort to clear out old stock in anticipation for something new. So that's the Apple news, and then when we come back, we will have the Applebyte.net news, so stick around. Another way to interact with us is to go on our Facebook page at a Big Byte of Apple podcast. Welcome back to the podcast, and it's time for the Applebyte.net news, and that's where we will wrap it up. Recently, we just got our 12th registered user our users have posted a total of 55 messages, and the most users ever online was 15 users on Sunday, January 29th, 2012 at 12:43 a.m. Basically, what the applebyte.net is, it's basically mainly a forum. It's mainly a forum, and also there is the portal, which is, I also love the portal. James, who is the admin of this website, has really made the portal good. So I would really suggest both the forum and the portal. The forum is the homepage. So the top posters right now is James, me, Travis Miller, William Harpole, Nick Perizzo, and Octavio Gatyan. So there is a little photo gallery, there are RSS feeds, and of course there is a beautiful chat box that you can both access on both the forum and the portal. So Thanks for listening to A Big Byte of Apple, and make sure to check out the applebyte.net, and make sure to check out our Facebook page at A Big Byte of Apple podcast. And just thank you for listening, and see you next time, guys. Thank you for listening to A Big Byte of Apple with Daniel Black. Check out our website at theapplebyte.net. Email Daniel at danielcb2000@comcast.net, or check out our Facebook page at A Big Byte of Apple podcast. Thank you for listening, and see you next time.